When are the 2025 silver proof sets coming out? The big set? I wish I had an answer. They've been pushed back a couple of times, and that's just what it is. I guess that's going to be a to be determined, a TBD down the road. With all that said, though, you know we take all the older sets seriously, and there are some that just stand out above all the others, and then there are some that have the stories that help them stand out. Well, with the recent news of the cent going away, for circulation anyways, from what we know so far, we're looking back at the last 75 years of U.S. proof sets and looking for some sets that have some significance in the cent field, the big Lincolns. And the easiest and the first place to go to would be what? The last of the Wheaties, the first of the Memorials, and tonight a crazy price. So let's have some fun. So the U.S. Mint started creating for the American public proof sets for all of us as individuals versus being that special somebody that knows somebody that might be able to get you a proof coin. Proof sets started in 1950. So as I referenced, we're 75 years into this now. All the earlier sets like this were all Philadelphia made. San Francisco started making them in 68, and it's been San Francisco ever since then. We changed the packaging in 68 to the hard plastic lens. Beautiful stuff. But the earlier sets, these sets were what they called poly packs. Air packs around the coins, and then they were just placed into an envelope. The key here is that Philadelphia Mint seal. Because you can repackage them, but you just can't repackage them with a U.S. Mint seal without kind of doing something that's not appropriate. Definitely wrong. So I'm looking for original sets in the original envelopes, the OGP, which is the fourth line on each of the graphics here. That is important. But with all the stuff on the table today, with the 2025 Lincolns being the end of the era and so forth, we've been scouring for other significant cents. And we bumped into them in these two. However, the big silver coins from these two sets dwarf the value. Dime, quarter, half dollar are 90% silver proofs. Every coin in each of these respective sets, 58 and 59, are the most limited production of that denomination for that year. Pretty cool. The other side is tonight we're having an in-show special. About 4 months ago, the last time we had these out, we were at $59.95. And our prices destroyed everybody. We just brought in a couple of deals to where we can now make it even more attractive in price. We're at $49.95, whether it's the 58 or the 59. What's the big difference? Mintage figures, yes, but the big difference is the 1958 proof set has the last Wheatie. So it's the last wheat proof cent ever. And then right now we're turning over the very first ever Memorial, which lasted until 1908, and then it was replaced with the Shield cent in 2010. Now you'll also notice, if you're looking at these, how brilliant white, i.e. the dime, the quarter, and the half dollar are. They look like they were made yesterday. And it's because all of these sets, the plastic, the poly is intact. Over the years, many of them just air bubbles get in, or they dry out, they crease based upon how they were stored, and the coins just tone down horribly. Well, the cent's supposed to be red, and the nickel's supposed to have a bluish look. And that is because of the air in this little bubble oxidizing with the metal, which turns nickel bluish. As you can tell here, nothing but original. Those outer envelopes are original. Now, many of you might have seen them before because they would put a mailing label on this envelope and send it to you if you bought one from them. Many of them in the industry come that way. But if you bought 5, 10, or more of that proof set that year, they would put it in an outer box with the envelopes inside. So when you see envelopes like this in the marketplace, it means they came from a larger purchase those respective years. If you see it with a label, it just means you or I bought one set, and now we're just selling that set for whatever reason. Look at the value, the outright value here. The competition in a repackaged set, those Capital Plastics many of you might have seen before, $91.95 on the 58 and $82.50 on the 59. Ours, in the original government packaging, the premium on these sets, and were significantly less. If you add up the silver coins alone, it's a mind boggle. The break value, as we would call it, right? The Roosevelt dimes are $25, $26, $27. The quarter, $43, $44, $45. The half dollars, which are the Franklin half dollars, $75 to $77 each. Which means the only place the Franklin comes from is this set. If you break open this set, now you have a Franklin. And they sell the Franklin individually for more than the set with us here tonight. Guys, I need a 30-second clock. We only had a handful of these to start with. Lots of activity. And again, the reason why we're bringing these out tonight is the story of inside of the sets. The last Wheatie proof set, the 1958, and the first Lincoln Memorial proof set, 1959. Silver, silver, silver. Philadelphia struck, the best of both worlds. Again, in repackaged by competitions way north of us. Individually, coin by coin, they're triple the price of us. And again, you can only get these proof coins from this proof set. So add it up, left, right, indifferent. These older silver proof sets, crazy values, especially in the original government packaging. Fun one. Told you it was going to be some fun. Time to be moving on.